So give us some examples of those folks that are out there doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, probably the biggest ones, and I'm trying to make some videos about them so people can find out about it.
Yeah.
But very easily, Yellow Pages, its new sister company is Thrive. Not that that's new. They've been around for years, but it's still Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
Thrive, RevLocal, even like your smaller websites, builders at times. What they're doing is they are, yes, promising you a lot of things. It always comes at a very cheap price, which for a new or local business, that's very appealing. I get it. Marketing is not the least expensive thing you're going to have to be doing with it. So they give you all these things, but the problem a lot of times in the day is you're going with a cookie cutter plan when you work with them. Mm-hmm. And if you actually read the fine print on a lot of these, all of the content, everything they've generated for you is not yours.
It's their property.
Their property. You just rented it from them for the price that you were paying monthly or yearly, even if it was low as it was. I have a lot of people who worked with Yellow Pages and Thrive. They're paying very low, like maybe $500 a month. Mm-hmm. When the time they ended, 4 years later with them, and we were taking them over to actually do some really good marketing for them, Yellow Pages said, that's not your website.
Wow. They even own the domain itself?
They even went into GoDaddy and changed the name on the account to their project manager and not the company who had bought it years prior.
Wow.
So about the ownership is a huge problem I like to point out to everybody of, I'm not saying you can't use them. Sometimes they fit situation-wise, but if you're looking long-term for a solution, you're not going to be having that. You are 100% a renter and not an owner when it comes to those things. So anything you're doing to spruce up that rental, you lose it at the very end of it. So it's not a good investment is what I like to tell people about, just to be weary of that portion of it.
Yeah. And so you ensure that every client you work with owns all of their intellectual property, the website, the domain, any content you all generate, that's all easily set up as ownership for the client you're working with.
Yes, 100%. So no one loves the technical side. I think you and both and I can agree on that. So when it comes down to that, we do all the dirty work for them, but we are 100% putting their names on the domain, on the hosting, on their website. Anything that's a digital asset for them, we are making sure they're the owners of it. So even if we help create any entities online, we're able to pass the login information to them afterwards. So whether we're just doing a small project and we're no longer working after that, we're not stealing anything from them. And if we are working with them continually, well, we're doing all these things for them. It's supposed to be done for you as much as possible. But that's the real thing that I do think sets us apart. And a lot of local companies, not saying they don't do that either, but we are 100% adamant because that's all we see all day is people who've paid good money over a course of years and maybe over 5 years course, they paid $40,000, $50,000. And at the end of it, that company's saying, sorry, got your luck.
We own your online presence. Isn't
That's
that nice
ours.
of them?